What's going on, everybody? Farmer Adam here on Nichols Farms, and today we are going to do a challenge because Farmer Adam here has this dream of becoming a chicken farmer, and he doesn't want to just be a chicken farmer, he wants to have like a chicken empire. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start from scratch, start from zero. And I can already see you guys looking at my money going, well, you already have like 70 or 71,000. So what happened was I streamed before and did not record my stream session, but all I did in that stream session was I started with $0 and I did 5 contracts, and those contracts equaled what you see there. So unfortunately that did not work, but we're back at it. So the quest for a chicken empire is going on. So I think what we're going to do is buy this field, which is field 40. It is full of trees. It's fairly cheap. It's only 40 grand, 39 and change. So we're going to go ahead and buy that. And I'm also going to need to look into a truck and trailer just to help me, and a chainsaw, just to help me transport the logs to the sawmill. So, as you can tell, I just bought the truck and trailer. Now we're down to about 9 grand, and we are going on our adventure to bring the truck and trailer to our plot of land. And normally what I would do would be cut through the fields or follow the train tracks to our plot of land, as it's right by the tracks. But I think for the first time going to our new field, we're just going to take the road and try to obey all of the law requirements, as we really don't have the capital to pay for any tickets. If this pedestrian would just hurry up before I run him over. And you're just going to run into my truck. Perfect. Okay. So, I have done a little bit of scoping, and I have yet to see what I would classify as a cop. There's a lot of vehicles parked on the side there. I was thinking maybe an undercover, but I've yet to find one. So I think this is probably just going to be the only time that I'm going to do the speed limit. This vehicle here gets me every time because it looks like it's ready to pounce, but it's also in a chain link fence, so it really can't get out. So let's head down this good old country road. I think the entrance to our forest that we have purchased is just up the road here, and then we will start cutting and seeing what it looks like for our very first load. Just a little further. Not this one. I think it's the next one. Or is it one more? Oh, it's one more. It's just past this next tree line. There we go. We will turn here. Yeah, I think that's it. Almost went past it. There we go. Turn here. Zip up the little side road right into our plot. This truck is moving. Not really a Ford guy. I'm more of a Dodge guy myself, but for the amount of money we had to work with, I think the truck and trailer cost us about, what is that? Truck, trailer, and trying to drive. Obviously, I can't. Truck and trailer and chainsaw. Sorry, probably right around the 20-ish grand mark, I think. Anyways, we are left here with that's a nice looking rig with 9 grand and change. So we're gonna chop up a tree, and just so case you guys don't know, which I'm sure all of you guys do, what's all involved with chopping up a tree. The old-fashioned way, bust out the chainsaw. I always put it on an angle. I crouch when I cut the first cut, so I'm right down on the ground. Timber. And then you want to turn the chainsaw back upright, aim it down, start it, and just run it up and down the tree to get all the branches off. And you'll see when you put the icon towards the tree, if the tree hits probably the center of your screen, it'll tell you how many branches are left on it. And we can see, let's see here. We can see that there is 3 branches left. So we're gonna need to locate them. Usually if you just run it up and down, it'll get 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it just got rid of them all. And now it's time to chop this bad boy up. So when we chop this up, I have like a mod on here for some type of lumberjack. I don't quite know how it works, but it always gives me this purple line. And I don't know how to change it, but I know that that piece it wants me to cut, I think, is about like a meter or so, and I could pick up more than that. So I want to just pick up as big a pieces as I can, because the bigger the pieces, the more money you make on it. So I think I'm just going to bypass that pink line just a little bit and see if that works out for me. And we're just going to keep on chopping up. Now, because this is the base of the tree, the trunk is a lot heavier than the top of the tree, so I'm going to trying to keep it consistent with just a little bit past this pink line, just because I know I can manage those. And then as we get towards the top of the tree, I'm probably going to go a lot longer because I know the pieces are a lot lighter. I'm only going to show you how to chop up one tree because I'm sure everybody knows how. And then we're going to throw this tree in our nice shiny 1988 Ford F350 dually that is a diesel. However, the sound of it, ooh, it's had better days. It has definitely sounded better. It really sounds like it's lost half of its exhaust, and it doesn't even have that diesel sound, but it is a diesel. We're going to start putting the big long logs on the trailer, and then we'll put the small ones in the back of the truck. And as you can see, we are fully loaded. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees on here. Fully loaded. Our very first load. We are going to take this to the sawmill and see how much money we get for it. So we're going to take a little trip up the road here. Actually, we're going to need to figure out where the sawmill is exactly, which top left corner of the map, that blue square, that would be the sawmill. So we have to go back down the road, back through town, and actually just a straight shot up the road. So make sure my seatbelt's buckled up, make sure the turbo's good to go, and we are going to fly there. Now, why I feel like I need to do 80, 90, probably going to get to 100 down this stone road, I don't know. But I like living on the edge, and if this old Ford can do it, I'm going to make this old Ford do it. I'm all about saving time and ruining my suspension. Now let's just make sure nobody cuts me off or plows into me while I come out of the driveway here. Nothing that way. And that's the only way that matters, because I'm turning the other way. Full steam ahead. Now, I'm only going to show you the drive there one time, just because I'm excited. It's my first load. And Look at this thing, fully loaded, and we're still cruising at 110. Like, the little Ford that could, I guess. This isn't a bad load. This is pretty good, actually. Pretty good. School buses galore over here. Make sure I'm not going to get hit turning out, because the traffic in this town, they just don't give two cares to anybody driving. They will cut you off like nobody's business. So I'm just going to try to fly through town and miss everybody. Let's see. Can I beat a train? No train? Perfect. Flying over these tracks. There's the mailman. Well, I'm slowing down for the mailman because I don't know what street it's turning down. Bye, mailman. You know what's the worst too? Cement trucks. They pull out in front of you. Mailmen pull out in front of you. They don't care. Nobody knows how to wait for traffic anymore. But on a happier note, we are that much closer to getting our first payday. One step closer. Oh, look at this. This is a picture right here. I don't know why the four ways are on, but man. Nice. That's a load and a half. We're good. This is going to hopefully give us a decent amount of money. Now, obviously, the game plan here is to save up a little bit of money and upgrade. Maybe a bigger trailer, maybe a bigger truck. I know eventually what would make sense would be clearing a portion of land in our forest that we've cut down, get rid of the stumps, and maybe put a small sawmill up. Since I'm here, we're going to loosen the straps on the trailer, loosen the straps on the truck. We're going to go over this good old exclamation point, and we are going to sell the wood. And that crossplay mod is right in the way of seeing how much money we made, so let's go into the menu. We are going to scroll over to finances and down to the sold wood. It looks like $4,600 we made. That's not bad. 4,600 bucks. I mean, for only having 9 grand in change, we'll take that. That's a good start. Good start. Now we are going to go back and attempt to do this all over again. Again, you should listen to this truck start. It is unbelievable. Here we go. Oh yeah. Okay, back at the farm. We have our second load all loaded up. We have a little bit more than 5 trees this time. And we are off. Here we go. Back at the way station. Sorry, way station. Back at the sawmill. And sell. And that crossplay mod, I'm going to turn that off next game. So let's see here. We had 4,600 the first time. We're at 11 this time. Wow, that's over 5 grand. That is pretty darn good. Back at the farm. So we did 2 loads. Almost, we're sitting at about 19,500. I'm just gonna load up a little bit and get ready for another trip. But like I said, I think what we're gonna do on the next stream is maybe find something that we could get rid of these stumps so I have a little bit of ground to work with, and see maybe if I could afford a sawmill. I'm probably gonna have to do a couple more loads. I know people get pretty good money mulching trees, and I know these big long trees that are in the center of our forest here are pretty good to go to a sawmill, but the trees around the outside are all branches everywhere. There's hardly any straight parts, so maybe it's something to think about to mulch the trees around the perimeter of the forest and just focus on the big tall ones in the center to go to a sawmill and sell the wood chips from the other ones. Wood chips, I know that's a nice quick way of getting some capital so that we could buy a sawmill and start selling some actual lumber instead of just tree parts. But that's for the next stream. Appreciate you guys hanging out on this one. Like and subscribe, and if you're up for it, I stream on Twitch 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So thank you guys, and have a good night.